Welcome back to ARC PDX. Two Portlanders just finished a 7,100-mile cross-country journey from North Carolina back to Oregon. The 29-day journey was on the TransAmerica Trail. That is a rural route that involved more than 3,000 miles of dirt and gravel. And joining us this morning is that couple. We've got Andy and Mercedes Lilienthal. Thank you both for being here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Okay, the first question obviously is, why did you guys even decide to go on this trip?
Oh, lunacy mostly. No.
Adventure.
Yeah, adventure. We're both automotive journalists. We write for a host of publications. We have our own publication called Crankshaft Culture, and we love to travel and we love adventure stuff. And
we love testing cars.
Yeah, and this was something we wanted to do for quite a while, and we made it happen.
All right, so this was quite the journey. Can you tell me some of the favorite places or memorable places that you saw?
Gosh, for me, I was very excited to get to the San Juan Mountains in Colorado because I knew that was very high elevation. I wanted to see how good. We had a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness.
Wow.
And I wanted to see how, excuse me, how capable it was. And so for me, always being in Colorado is such a highlight and so beautiful.
Yeah, and I would say the San Juan Mountains are always awesome. I hadn't explored that much of the eastern part of the United States. We're very familiar with, basically Colorado westward, but starting in North Carolina and going east and seeing parts of rural Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, these places, it was great. It was very unique and getting to see new things for the first time.
Yeah, I think that's what's really cool about this is like you hear about people doing cross-country trips a lot, but I haven't heard of this where it's, rural routes. Did you learn anything or discover anything that you didn't know before by going through those rural areas?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the TransAmerica Trail was started, basically mapped out in the 80s, mostly for adventure motorcycle riders. But four-wheel drives, all-wheel drive vehicles like our Subaru can do it. We just proved it. But we've traveled quite a bit, been to all 50 states, been international, and seeing your own country from a different perspective off the interstate and really off the highways was just a really, really neat experience. You just never knew what you were going to find.
Right, and for me, he was the driver, Andy was the driver, I was the navigator, and it was basically turn-by-turn directions on paper maps, and then Andy stitched together GPX digital files on a Garmin device, and then he used that as reference to digitally see where we're going.
Wow.
We also used Onyx off-road app to help with where the trails were, are there trail closures, wildfires, all that type of stuff. So for me, it was so wild to track all the information as to the statistics, but we averaged 25 miles an hour during the whole entire 29-day adventure.
Wow. Wow. And then I know you had to go over thousands of miles of dirt and gravel. Any issues with that? Were you guys okay running into any tough spots?
Yeah, we had actually 3,184 miles of gravel and dirt and rocks. Who's counting, But yeah, Andy, we did come across a couple of challenges.
Yeah, so we kept being warned about mud in Oklahoma, specifically really, really sticky clay. If you get into it too much, you might have to get pulled out with like a tractor or a bulldozer. Luckily, we didn't run into too much of that. But we ran into, the only problem we had was we tried to go over one of the higher peaks in Colorado. We had successfully done Cinnamon Pass, which was almost 12,500 feet.
Yep.
And we went to go do California Pass, which was even higher, 12,009. And unfortunately, part of the trail was blocked by about 3 feet of snow. And
Easier part.
so there was only one sort of difficult way to go up. And we tried this steep approach, and we just didn't have enough power. And, when you get up that high, I found out we were down about 70 horsepower just because of the elevation. And we just didn't have enough oxygen to get out.
Yeah. Okay, so stressful situations like that, what has this done for your relationship?
Well, we're still married.
Yeah. Well, we actually finished this trip on our 21st wedding anniversary, believe it or not. But go ahead. People ask us, is it stressful? And sometimes it is. But part of long-term travel, of which we've done together quite a bit, especially in vehicles, is learning how to communicate. And are we perfect at it? No. but we work at it every time, and we try to mitigate the situations.
Yeah, and you try to laugh about it. You try to have laughter and joy in your trip too. It can't just be all stress. But and then when you have disagreements, trying to figure out how to handle it and learning from it. So I think that's kind of a key for us. Is we're not perfect at it. Nobody really is. But just figuring out what issue is at hand and being pragmatic and being surgical, staying surgical.
I think that's some great advice for any couples who are maybe looking at this and wanting to do the same. Andy and Mercedes Lilienthal, thank you both so much for joining us on ARC PDX.
Our pleasure, thanks.